made this video approximately 7 times, so sorry for all the glitches, and shout out to Madeline, best roommate, who's trying to sleep while I'm making this, especially since my phone died after said 7 attempts. So, update. I spent over 4 hours working on formatting and finishing and proofreading a group paper for my online computer ethics class for 30% of the grade. So I spent a bunch of time on that. And then I still had a marketing quiz to do for a chapter. So the chapter for marketing that I still hadn't read, for the glitches. So I hadn't read it, and I had 15 minutes to take a 15-minute quiz. And so I was like, well, I guess I'm just gonna do it by the seat of my pants. So I had the textbook open to that chapter, and I was like flipping through all these pages of it and looking at definitions and old highlights because it's a used book. That's definitely a pro of used books. And I definitely used a Quizlet to double check all my guesses that I couldn't find in the book. It was like the first answer I couldn't find. I was like, man, this is gonna go so poorly. But then it got better through the quiz. So I submitted it and was like, are you sure you want to submit? And I was like, well, yeah, because I don't got any time left. And then I hit submit, and it was like, congrats, you submitted. And you got 100%. I probably glitched, so 100%. I was like, wow. So yeah, I just wanted to update because that is like one of so, these are not glitches, so many instances like that throughout this semester where I have had my online course and I've had so many assignments for multiple courses due on the same day, or that I had to work on all of them all day for multiple days and they still weren't done, and all these things. And then I got to the deadline and I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna put everything I got on it and see what happens. And for those of you who don't know, oh wait, no, I gotta finish. See, that's how you know this isn't scripted, is because I'm getting all over the place. I'm just excited. So instances where I've had all that stuff left and like I've gotten 100% or an A, or like just way higher than I expected to get doing it last minute. I knew it wasn't gonna be this high grade for any of them, yet that's what I've gotten. So for those of you who don't know, I'm taking 4 online classes this semester. Like, that's it, like no online class, or no in-class classes, so that I could, online courses, so that I could take time and basically reprioritize my life and get everything straightened all out, because I had a really bad setback in October, and the gist was like, school had become my priority over everything. I know some of you who follow me from high school are like, oh, that's not a surprise because you were co-valedictorian, but still, college was harder, so then I was like, nothing else matters. So that was really bad. Don't do that. Personal experience. Don't do that. So I took the online courses so that I could make my schedule and reprioritize everything, like sleep, eating, drinking water, exercising, but most importantly, this is where I was excited, because I was like, woohoo! Most importantly, like, I got to reprioritize my relationship with God, which was awesome. So it all wraps up into like a nice little conclusion, and it's Easter time, so it's like perfectly timed. So to keep it school related, group papers and tests and 15 minutes of craziness. That basically I've gotten to the point now, like coming back full circle, long, 6-7 months since October. It's after 11 o'clock, so I can't do that calendar math right now. But basically that I can now be like, you know what, it honestly doesn't matter. Like, I'm going to heaven whether I pass these classes or not. But I want to be able to show, like, honestly, there is absolutely no way on earth that I would have been able to finish. I mean, I haven't finished them yet, so fingers crossed. But to get this far in for online classes, like, they're hard. Some people think, like, online classes are like, oh, it's fine because you get to, like, use your book and you don't need to learn anything. It's so, like, I can't even explain, like, the different difficulties that come with doing online. But I just wanted to take time and explain, like, with even my Snapchat story this weekend, like, I had a finance quiz that took an hour and a half. I had a the finance notes were 88 slides for one chapter. Had a history chapter that was 35 pages and a quiz that covered those 35 pages, but I only had 10 minutes to do it, so it's a really detailed quiz that's really fast and very difficult. And then that was all on Saturday, so, like, I celebrated Easter. I went home, I celebrated, totally frozen. Okay. Last Supper on Holy Thursday, I did a 3-hour time with Jesus. And then on Saturday, I had all that work to do to finish for the deadlines on Saturday night. Plus, I went to Easter service at Grace Community Church. Shout out. It's a great church. Then on Sunday, I had stayed up so late because the deadlines are at 11:30. And then on Sunday, I was doing the history stuff and stayed up again because I was finishing it. Like, I was so upset on Sunday night because I was just exhausted from all the homework, and then I had to come back up to campus. And then today I had to work on another finance assignment, this paper, and the marketing quiz. And side note for anyone who's like, why didn't you just do it earlier? Because for the last 2 weeks when I could have been working on this stuff, I had all my other classes and other deadlines and other things due. So, like, how my schedule worked out, I had to do it this weekend. So, I can't tell a short story, as you've seen from the last half hour of me waiting for my phone to record and post and everything. Old phone club. We get there eventually. So yeah, from what I've described, I hope you can tell, like, it's impossible for me to have done this by myself. That through reprioritizing and lots of Bible time, that God gave me grace, and so I can give myself grace and be like, you know what, like, there are things more important than killing yourself or working, 10, 12, 14-hour days on schoolwork. It's killer. So giving that up has been a journey, that I've had to trust that, God is going to take care of it. The Bible doesn't say, like, oh, Megan Kiefer's comp tech class will be taken care of. But it doesn't have to, because it's included in everything. God makes everything work together for good, and so I'm super pumped to be able to say, like, yeah, he does. Just look at my last semester of craziness, that I've let go of my schoolwork and trusted that God will make it work as he wants it to. That's hard, considering that I'm a control freak. I've been trying to boss my amazing siblings around since I was 4, so, like, it's in my blood. That's not a recent development. So all that background is to tell you that I 100% 100% believe that the fact that I've gotten A's and hundreds and C's and B's and passing grades this semester is totally because of God, like 100% because of Him, because I believe that me trusting Him with it and not keeping that pressure on myself where I can't physically, that wasn't going to happen. There's no way that I was going to do this by myself. And I really think that me finally taking that step and trusting Him with something that was extremely important to me, and knowing that I couldn't do it by myself, totally has been like, yeah, good job trusting me, here you go, like, this is what happens, it all works for good. All the late nights, and, I still cry, I still get cries of exhaustion over homework and spend hours and hours on homework and spend most of my time on it because, yeah, I'm in school, like college, but I work so hard now doing it for God and not for myself, which is a crazy fundamental shift, because I can close the books, close the notebooks, close the computer at the end of the day and be pumped, like, regardless of grades, that I just work that hard for God, and that my relationship with Him now permeates literally every part of my life. Like, school had definitely been like, oh, you can't touch me. Yeah, but He's totally in it. And yeah, like, it's just amazing. And so I wanted to kind of share just what's been going on with my life, and that I got 100% on a marketing quiz that I took with no preparation after a weekend of studying and working and taking quizzes and finishing assignments, and that we actually finished our group paper and it was submitted on time, so that was cool. But yeah, like, that, I just hope that I'm conveying, like, it wasn't me, like, that could not have been me. So yeah, I'm just so pumped that, like, that's evidence to me, like, yeah, I just overwhelmed with the good feels, man. Like, Easter, Jesus is awesome, I'm saved, I'm going to heaven, I'm kind of on an Easter high right now. So for those of you for the last better part of an hour, real time, I have no idea how long my Snapchat story is right now. Hopefully my phone can handle putting it on Instagram later tomorrow. So my glitchy iPhone 5S is my phone is really hot to the touch. I've been recording for like an hour. Maddie is fast asleep, so send her some love tomorrow at 8 a.m. when she is going to class. And for those of you who have stuck around, enjoy this next gem of bloopers. Just a little bit, because obviously my phone couldn't handle it in the middle of posting all this. I think we're gonna hit probably like 90 snaps for this. So yeah, homework, Jesus, Easter, testimony. Night, y'all.